Outerworlds. It's an intriguing, fun, and lore-filled world that was a great surprise this year, and something that could be possibly a contender for the Game of the Year. Hi, I'm Seth from Silver Soul Gaming, and I'm here to talk about Outerworlds. I know I'm very late to the party talking about this game, over 2 weeks late, but I think I need to talk about it. Now, one of the other guys that does stuff for Silver Soul Gaming gave his thoughts and opinions on it. I thought I better give mine. And it's a fucking amazing game. It's great. I haven't had this much fun since playing a game since August when I was playing Control. This game is filled to the brim with lore, and everything just looks amazing. Now, graphically wise, the game isn't great, but the art style and the sci-fi elements of this game work cohesively and amazingly, and it's beautiful. Now, the combat is pretty, standard. It's nothing amazing. It's very reminiscent of Fallout. But there's weapons in there that you can find if you go off the beaten path rather, and they do crazy shit like enlarge your enemies' heads or shrink your enemies, and crazy shit like that. That's just creative and fun. And I think the combat is great, and it's obviously going to get better and better if they plan to do future titles, which I think they do, and further refine it. The game also does a great job of telling you everything at the same time as well. It's great. It's a great way to learn what the game is about and how it works. And even the loading screens tell you kind of about the creatures in the world, or the ads that are in the world, which I think is amazing. Now, obviously, I've covered this game before in what is Outer Worlds. And I talked about, how the story is you're kind of a lone survivor or not really a survivor, but someone who's rescued from a ship that got knocked out of hyperspace when traveling to the colonies. And it's your job to, either rescue the people that are left on the ship or essentially make the world forget about them. You can, you can choose to defeat the corporations or help the rebels who want to take down the corporations. And it's fun. Or you can just be a fucking psycho and not help either of them and just kill everyone, which I think is a fun way to go. But morally, I have to be the good guy, and I had to take down the corporations. But other than that, I think the game's fun. Like, it's pure, simple fun. Something that we didn't get in Fallout 76, and something that some people didn't get in Fallout 4 either. And this game's here to scratch that RPG itch that people have had since Fallout 3, which is an incredibly old game. And it's kind of like Fallout 3, but better. And, it takes elements from the Fallout games, as Obsidian did make Fallout New Vegas. And, you don't have a talkable character, which I think is great. I mean, you make noises when you get shot, but that's about it. And the companions in this game are so in-depth. Like, it amazed me how in-depth they are and how they contribute to every major decision in the game. Now, one of the very early decisions is you can choose to divert the power from a town to a settlement where the people have escaped from the town, or you can choose to do the opposite. But if you choose, you think it's a good idea originally, but what they don't tell you in this game is that you can actually further explore that choice that you made instead of just leaving it. Like, for example, for that, I chose to divert the power back to the main city. But what I did was, I got rid of the dude running the city because he was a douche, and got the person from the settlement to run the city instead, and then that way, at least everyone was happy. And as I later found out, when reading about that choice, is everyone would have died from the plague if I had not diverted the power. And on the surface, the original idea that diverting the power to the company-owned town was a bad idea was actually kind of the right decision, if I chose to further explore it, or, just kind of force everyone to go back to town and suck it up. The game's choices are so much more in-depth and further than some games choose to go, which straight away stands out to me that Obsidian care about the game that they make, and aren't lazy. And it makes me excited for future Obsidian titles that are AAA. And it's going to be hard when we get to the end of the year, and now that Death Stranding's out, it's going to be hard to pick what's going to be Game of the Year. Originally this year started off very shit, for games that we had as a choice. But now we have games like Control and Outerworlds, and depending on my thoughts and opinions on Death Stranding, we're going to have 3 games to pick from. Something actually we didn't really have last year. We had Red Dead or God of War, because everyone knew that it was going to be one of those two. So, look, Outerworlds is a simple, fun game that is clearly the building blocks for something more that Obsidian want to build upon, I think. And I'm excited to see what they do, and I want more Outerworlds. I don't know if there's DLC coming out. I haven't properly researched it. I hope there is. There's definitely room there. And everything in this game is beautiful. The story is, yes, basic, kind of, but it's fun. It's nothing more than simple fun. I'm sorry for repeating myself, but that's all this game is. If you like RPGs and you really like the Fallout games before they, well, were what they are now, you'll definitely enjoy Outerworlds. It's not like Fallout, but it's better than Fallout, and it shits all over Fallout 4, a game that I did enjoy. It wasn't Fallout to me, but it was still an enjoyable game. So this game is definitely scratching that RPG itch that I've had for a long time. I didn't necessarily love New Vegas when it came out, but Obsidian clearly refined what they're doing, and without being held back with the lore that they had to deal with in New Vegas, they've made a great game. And let me just say, the comedy in this game actually works. Looking at you, Borderlands. This game's comedy is well written, and it's funny. It's usually context dependent, but it's still funny, and it doesn't fully embrace the comedy. It has its serious moments. But it can also use the comedy to make a serious moment, which is something writers in the game industry don't really do a lot. So I was very happy to see it. Like, even Borderlands comedy I thought was shit, and it was repetitive, and it played upon the whole internet personality. This game is, it's just funny. It's very tongue-in-cheek at times, but it can be serious. And that's really all I have to say on Outerworlds. This is a short, quick video. The game is about 30 hours long, so don't expect to be sitting around doing, sitting here for hours and hours playing it like you would with something like Death Stranding or Red Dead 2. The game's quick and it's fun, and something I think we need more of, like Control, which was quick and fun. And it's something I actually want to see more. I do love open world games that are 60 hours plus, but I don't always have the time to play them. And if you're on a tight schedule, get Outerworlds. It's easy to play, it's fun, and you'll have the time to fit it in, especially when it's 30 hours long. Obviously, if you go off the beaten path a bit, it's not quite 30 hours long, but it's still around that time mark. And make sure you guys go check out everything Silver Soul Gaming. This is the end of the video now. Sorry, I rambled on for a little extra minute there. Check out everything Silver Soul Gaming. Check out the website. Check out the Twitch. Check out the Twitter. Hell, we even have a fucking Patreon with 0 people donating to it. Feel free to fucking donate. The link will be in the description. It's something I haven't touched upon because I didn't really know it exists. And check out the Facebook group. There is a Facebook group. Go check it out. All my links will be in the description. I've got a Twitch where I'll be streaming a new, well, not a new game, but an old game called Danganronpa. It's an anime game. It's a kind of detective anime game. My friend got me to play it. I'm not a massive weeb, but that will be up on my Twitch as well. And there's always stuff from Silver Soul Gaming on their Twitch channel as well, from other people that aren't me. So if you didn't like me, check out everything else that doesn't have to do with me, and you're still supporting Silver Soul Gaming. That's the important part. And, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around this long if you have. And I'll see you guys next week for another video.